Governor Cuomo, I think your heart is probably with us. I suspect you really feel the way we do, and perhaps you feel it's more politically expedient to go with the oil and gas industry, which is so powerful. On the other hand, keep in mind that if we became a beacon in the alternate energy field, and New York State could set an example in that way as well, we could really send a powerful message, much more powerful than the power generated by a few dozen years worth of natural gas and the destruction of our landscape.
If I had a chance to speak with Governor Cuomo, I would really want to hear from him his logic and understanding about why he would allow hydrofracking starting now in the southern tier and covering those 5 counties. I don't believe for a minute that he's going to stay within the 5 counties. I believe it's just a start off for the rest of the state. And I think that he's taking advantage of the fact that those of us who live in the southern tier, including New York City, don't know enough about hydrofracking. I think down here we are blind to its harms and everything about it. We're just not educated enough.
If I had a chance to talk to Governor Cuomo, I would ask him to take a page out of the state of Vermont's book and ban hydrofracking. We need to keep our water supply healthy and our land healthy and our farmers in business.
I think if I had a chance to sit down with Governor Cuomo, I would want to discuss, alternative ways of producing the natural gases that we need and whatnot, as opposed to this procedure, which can potentially, we're just starting now to learn the potential negative effects of what it does to water supply and whatnot. I want to just really talk to him about how it affects, not from an environmentalist point of view, but from a chef and farmer's point of view.
So, if I had an opportunity to speak with Cuomo, which I would say I'm part of a group of about a dozen people in Cooperstown who've been trying to get this opportunity for almost 2 months, I would tell him exactly the same thing, that he needs to stop it, period.
Governor Cuomo, it is your job to protect the people of New York State. It is not your job to protect the gas industry. The gas industry has plenty of money on their own. You shouldn't be working for their money. You should be protecting the citizens, because that is the oath that you took, was to uphold the Constitution and to protect the people of New York State.
We're really proud to be New York citizens, and we think this is a really cool state, and we really hope that Governor Cuomo is going to lead us to leading state to change this energy transformation.
I would have to say that whatever the money is that you are getting out of this, it's not worth it. It's not worth ruining your state and all your children's and grandchildren's futures. It's not worth it.
Governor Cuomo, I would just ask that think about New York 30 years from now, and what our water is going to look like, what our land is going to look like, what our food is going to look like. And also think about what people are going to think about you 30 years from now, when they're thinking about our water, when they're thinking about our food and our air. And think about what you want your legacy to be, not in the next 2 or 3 years, but for the long term. And make your decision based on that.
Cuomo, as Governor Cuomo, really think this through. Think about the implications of your decision. Think about the positive effects that a ban on fracking could have on all of the people that are your most logical supporters, which are progressives and really anyone that is concerned about our farms and our food system, both in the southern tier, but also in every town and every city in New York State. So really think about it. Really think about how you can make this a positive statement and decision that will gain a lot of support from New York State as a leader in the environment, in agriculture, in food and dining and restaurants. Think about it.
I would say to Governor Cuomo, just make sure we do more due diligence. Let's do more research. Let's find out exactly what's happening. So I do understand it is a very effective, very cost-effective, and both a profitable business, but the impacts can be very, very severe. So we should really make sure we're doing it right.
So I know Governor Cuomo is a smart guy. He's known for his ability to take things apart put them back together. And I know that when he takes apart hydrofracking and he sees that no part of this incredibly intensive industrial process works correctly. Their PR machine pushes out millions of dollars into the public sphere to try to downplay the negative aspects. I know that Governor Cuomo will see this does not want to be his legacy. He does not want to actually be the person who will open the door to the industry that will contaminate our water and food supply.
Governor Cuomo, you have done so many good things for New York State. I'm an active environmentalist at the Cathedral Church of St. John the Divine in New York City, where your father came and spoke on many occasions, and I met him quite a few times as well. I would like to ask you to please consider your impact on the decision of fracking in New York State. You are in a position to end fracking, to ban fracking. As you know, there is a finite amount of water in the world. And due to the pollution of surface water, the over-withdrawal of groundwater, and the redistribution of natural water systems through dams and pipes, we have an increasingly shorter and shorter limit or amount of fresh water. So the amount that we do have is more precious. New York State has been blessed with some of the most pristine water in the whole world. And I feel it's very important that we protect that for our present generations and for all future generations. And I ask you from the very bottom of my heart and from my whole soul, for all of us, on behalf of all New Yorkers, to please ban fracking. Thank you, Governor.